Hello everyone and welcome to another UFC review. This is for UFC 206 Holloway vs Pettis. And what an absolutely mental card this was. I'm not going to waste much time, so let's just get into it. But first let's start with the Fight Pass card I was able to see, which was Lando Venato against John McDessie. And Venato won by knockout with a really cool spinning wheel kick. Up until that point in the fight he was doing well, but I think McDessie was landing better, and Lando just hit him with this spinning kick out of nowhere and knocked McDessie out cold. It was just really, really cool. So, yeah, we're going to get to the main card now. Well, prelim card. So we're at the Air Canada Centre in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. I should have said that at the beginning of the video. That's normally how these things go. Also, side note, YouTuber Cartoons, who is someone I like, he's just very funny. I enjoy watching his stuff, was actually at the event, even though I didn't see him. I did look. I just couldn't find the bugger anywhere. But yeah, we're going to get to the main card, prelim card. The first fight of that card was Mitch Gagnon against Matthew Lopez. Lopez won by decision. It was a pretty good fight to start things off. Gagnon landed. The first round was his best one. He landed a great left hook that knocked down Lopez. He almost finished him as well. The referee did not jump in to start the fight, which I think was a wise decision on his part. Like Joe Rogan himself said, referees often criticize and never praise for their work. Putting fight safety first is very important. So, yeah, despite that really good flurry, Matthew Lopez just landed great takedowns and great striking in the following two rounds, and managed to pull away with a really good victory. He did well. He did a good job. So good on him. This is his debut, if I'm not mistaken. Mitch Gagnon, he's a young veteran. He'll be back before you know it. Next up was a strawweight fight, Valerie Letourneau against Viviane Pereira. It was actually made to a catchweight. Oh, by the way, missing weight is kind of a theme for this one, because in the Fight Pass card, I don't normally bring up fights I don't watch, but yeah, in the Fight Pass ones, Rustam Kovalev or Jason Saka, one of them came in at 158. In this fight, Valerie Letourneau came in at 117.5, missing the limit by a pen and a half. She lost to Viviane Pereira, who made a debut, extending her record to 12. And it's a fight that I think Letourneau won, personally. She did really, really well in the first round, and I think she did enough in the next two, because Pereira didn't really do anything in the first round, and she did okay in the following two. But in my opinion, she didn't do enough to win. And I felt like Letourneau was robbed. Sorry, I thought I had something. But yeah, Pereira did not impress me. But I think she'll be back. Obviously she will. She won a UFC debut. That's a big thing. Letourneau does need to bounce back, but I think she won this fight. She should have, at least. But what do I know? Next up was Olivier Aubin-Mercier against Drew Dober. Mercier won by rear naked choke in round 2. It was a pretty good fight. Surprisingly, despite being well known as a wrestler, Mercier was actually standing up and landing some really, really good strikes. Between the two, Dober is more fluid with his striking, and he did actually land some good shots. His best strike was a left. He landed in round 2. But he got rocked by the stiff jab and a couple of hooks from Mercier in round 1. Then in round 2, Mercier managed to impose his game plan. He managed to take Drew down and managed to get the rear naked choke, which is very much his go-to submission. He's finished a lot of his fights with that. So it was a really good win for him. And I forgot to mention, Lando Venato got performed of the night for his spinny wheel kick knockout. So yeah, good for him. Moving on now. Next up is the final fight of the prelim card. Misha Cirkunov against Nikita Krylov. And Cirkunov won. Yes, it's Russia / Canada against Ukraine. And Cirkunov won by really, really good guillotine choke in round 1. Late in the first round, he landed some great combos. It was a fairly even fight all in all. They were both landing really well. Eventually, Cirkunov managed to get Krylov against the cage and landed a great combo and a glancing right, which glanced off Krylov's temple. Then he went down with him and went for a guillotine choke from half guard, which was too difficult to do. So he gave that little shift, managed to get both his legs up and sink in the choke deep. Really, really good job from him to get the finish. It was really, really awesome to see. So, yeah, really good way to cap off the prelims. Next up was probably the most forgettable fight of the card, as we start with the main ones. Jordan Main, who hasn't fought in over a while. That's another running theme with this, by the way. It's been a while since he's fought. It's been a while since Dober fought, I think, as well. So yeah, Jordan Main against Emil Mek, not Meek, despite having two E's, it's pronounced Mek, who is Norwegian, and Mek won by unanimous decision in his UFC debut against a young veteran, and it was really, really good. But it's like I said, I don't remember a whole lot of it. Like, Mek did start each rounds 2 and 3, but like, yeah, come on. And he did well enough, and there was a lot of good exchanges, but nothing I really remember a whole lot. He did a good job, though. And, you know, he got the nod in the judges, which I think is fair. I definitely think he won the fight. He landed some great takedowns as well. So, yeah, he did a good performance. And Main needs to bounce back. It's been a while since he's fought there, so, well, fought at all, really. Next up was Tim Kennedy against Kelvin Gastelum, and I almost said to Kennedy, Kevin won by takeout in round 3, and it was a pretty, it was an okay fight. Tim managed to, I think he landed some takedowns. He was mostly trying to strike with someone who is a brilliant striker. Thing is, Tim was trying to keep Gastelum on the outside with kicks, but Gastelum works best on the inside with his boxing. And it took him a while to get to that, but in round 3, when he finally did, he just landed great combos and eventually managed to get the finish, mixing it with the head and the body. It was just brilliant. But while I remember, between rounds 1 and 2, in round 1, Gastelum had landed a punch on Kennedy which caused some swelling on his right eye. And the cut man, doctor, whatever, was in the in Kennedy's corner, and he had the end swell. He didn't use it. He had this cloth or rag or something that I was trying to swell it down with, and he had the end swell in his other hand, and he didn't flip and use it. It's like, dude, you have it right there. That's what you're supposed to use. You're supposed to use the end swell on the swelling to dumb it down. And he didn't, and it was kind of a dumb thing. I mean, that's the second time I've seen Tim Kennedy fight now where he was kind of screwed by the corner. The first time was his fight against Yoel Romero, which I'll always out Yoel Romero for that. I just will. But yeah, good win for Gastelum. Interestingly, he would like to go back to 170. I think that his frame fits 170, but he just... Sorry, my phone was just vibrating. It's fully charged now. Yeah, I think he could go back to 170, but he's not allowed to fight there again in the UFC. Because he's way too small to be in welterweight, but because of how he weighs, like what his diet is and stuff, that's probably his best option. He didn't have to cut anything to make this fight. So he did say he'll try to make some plans, some changes to his diet and stuff. Let's hope that goes well for him, because I like seeing Gastelum fight. He's got a lot of potential for a young kid. And Kennedy did a good job, despite his loss. And next up, we reach the fight of the night. Cub Swanson against Suha Choi. First round was pretty good, pretty action-packed. Not the most exciting of the 3 rounds, but there was enough. Second round just proved the massive difference between the two. You know, Cub Swanson known for swinging with wild hooks. He's known for his power, whereas Choi is known for his precision. And it was an amazing fight. Not just in the second round, but in the third round as well. It was just brilliant, all in all. Even the first round, which was not the best, still had a lot of good moments in it. So, Cub Swanson managed to win by unanimous decision, and there was a point in round 3, because normally they bring up numbers and stuff, and they brought up the amount of significant strikes landed by both. It was 97 each. That is amazing. That is a total of 194, I think. Yeah, 194. That is fucking mental. But really, really good job from Swanson. Really good job from Choi. I mean, this is his first loss in the UFC over 4 appearances he's made, so he's definitely going to come back. And this is the pick-me-up that Swanson needed, in my opinion, so he did a good job. So yeah, we're going to move on to the co-main event. Next up was the co-main event between Donald Cerrone and Matt Brown. Cerrone won by knockout early in the third round, got himself a Fight of the Night bonus for it. He did a good job. He did some good. Good. Yeah, he landed a lot of good head kicks, but Matt Brown's body shots were definitely his biggest factor. Despite not touching gloves and not really showing any respect, mostly because of Matt. At the start of the third round, Cerrone was like, let's look it out, and Brown was like, yeah, okay, so they did. It's always funny and nice to see that stuff. They became friends. And yeah, eventually Cerrone managed to just land a really, really good fucking head kick and knocked out Matt Brown. Nothing else needed to be done. John McCarthy stepped in once he saw they was down. He was like, nope. So that was pretty good. Really not much else to say, so we're going to move on to the main event. And so, the main event of the evening, Matt Holloway against Anthony Pettis. In a weird situation, because Pettis missed the weight by 2 pounds, because 146 is the weight limit, he came in at 148. So, this was for the interim featherweight belt. Problem was, only Max Holloway is eligible because he's the only one of the two that made weight. That does make me question what would have happened if Pettis won, though. Yeah, I kind of spoiled it. Max Holloway won. Third round TKO, he did a good job. I do wonder what would have happened if Pettis had won the belt, though. Well, not won the belt, won the fight. I don't know. Anyway, first round, all rounds are pretty much all Holloway. He landed some great striking. He was very creative, as they both are. I definitely think the biggest detriment to Pettis was in the first round where he tried to throw a punch and he broke his hand. And he had to go through a couple more rounds with that broken hand before Pettis eventually, landed a really good leg kick, which was not the finish of the fight. That was just a really good sort of combo. Then body punches and head punches just finished him against the cage in the third round. Really good showing from him. So yeah, he did a good job, and he's the interim featherweight champion, and he's going to fight Aldo. I'm going to look forward to that. So that's really it. I mean, that's all the fights I saw. I will see you all tomorrow, actually, because that is when my my backtracking season 1 finale of Corn is starting, because it's going to be in 3 parts. Part 1 is going to be released tomorrow, which I believe is Monday. Yes, it is. Took me a while to say that. But yeah, it's going to start on Monday and then on Wednesday, then there, so I'll see you after that. We'll be on the Monday, not next Monday, not tomorrow, but the Monday after, because on Sunday I'll be going out with my uncle, so we can spend some Christmas money and I can get me some cool stuff. So, yeah, you won't see me next Sunday, you'll see me the Monday after. For Van Zandt versus Watson. I'll see you all then. Well, see you all tomorrow. Bye. Oh, any final words? No, he's sleeping. He's there to wish the bed. When I did that, he says bye.